Hi boys and girls! So for today's video, we are going to be reading this book called Sunlight. Okay, this is a non-fiction book, so remember, non-fiction books are books that teach. So as we read it, I want you to think, what is this part teaching me? Okay, and this book is about sunlight, so we'll probably learn some new things about sunlight. Okay, so before we get started, we are going to take a little sneak peek and just to get some ideas early. Sunlight. Here we have the table of contents. The first part says sunlight, so that section is probably going to teach us about what sunlight is. Next is day and night. Maybe that part might teach us what sunlight is like for day, during the daytime, and during the nighttime. Sun and earth. Maybe that part will teach us how the sun and the earth interacts with each other. And the last part says we need sun. Oh, maybe that part will see how important the sun is for us. Okay, let's continue taking a sneak peek. So, let's take a look at this picture. What do you think we're going to learn on this part? Maybe we'll learn about, because I see that the sun is in the sky with clouds. Maybe we'll just learn about what sunlight is. Okay, I'm going to flip to another page. So this is the next page. And what do you notice in this picture? What might we learn in this page? Oh, I see the sun and the water. Maybe we'll see what the sun does to the water. These are just some ideas. So let's get started with reading, okay? Sunlight. And this is the table of contents. Okay. Sunlight. Sunlight comes right from the sun. It gives Earth light and heat. It makes Earth's weather. Sunlight travels in rays. The rays heat Earth's atmosphere unevenly. It causes pockets of cool and warm air. These air pockets move and cause wind. Sunlight heats bodies of water. The heat causes water to evaporate into the air. Clouds form and carry water around Earth. So this section says day and night. So what do you think we'll learn about in this part? Maybe we'll learn what the sun is like during the daytime and what the sun is like during the nighttime. Okay, let's see what this part is. Okay, day and night. The sun lights half of Earth at a time. When it's day on one side, it's night on the other. As Earth spins, places move in and out of light. Oh my gosh, do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking in this part, we can kind of act out what's happening here, right? So it says, as Earth spins, places move in and out of light. So why don't we pretend to be Earth and spin in and out of light? So we can in light, out of light. Can you spin with me? In light, out of light. In light, out of light. Okay, are you a little dizzy? Okay, make sure you, settle yourself. Okay, let's get back to reading, okay? Okay, so this next section is called Sun and Earth. So what do you think we're going to learn in this part? Maybe in this part we'll learn what the sun does to Earth. Okay, let's get started reading. Sun and Earth. Sunlight is strongest at places near the equator. The sun shines directly down on this area. All the sunlight makes the air hot. So we see here, this is the equator, And we read that sunlight is strongest near the equator. The sun's rays hit Earth's poles at an angle. The weak sunlight doesn't warm the air as much. Ice and snow cover the poles all year. So that's a little different from the page before, right? The sunlight is the strongest near the equator and it's always warm there, whereas near the poles, there's ice and snow. In June, Earth's top half is tilted toward the sun. It's summer here. Earth's bottom half gets less sun. It's winter there. In December, the top of Earth is tilted away from the sun. It's winter here. More sunlight hits the bottom half of the Earth. It's summer there. We need the sun. Plants wouldn't grow without sunlight. Animals wouldn't have food. Without the sun's heat, oceans would freeze. Sunlight makes life on Earth possible. Okay, and that's the end of our first read of sunlight. So now that we finished reading, I'm going to go back to a few sections and I want you to tell me what is something that you learned in these pages. I'm going to flip through the pages and I want you to tell me what is one thing that you learned, okay? So what is one thing that you learned in this section? One thing that I learned is that the sunlight comes in rays and it warms up the earth. Okay, so now I'm going to flip the page to another part. Okay, I'm going to flip through the pages and I want you to tell me what is one thing that you learned in this part. What is one thing that you learned in this part? So one thing that I learned is that the sunlight is the strongest near the equator. So it's always warm there. But towards the Earth's poles, they don't get as much sunlight. So there's ice and snow covering the poles. Is that something that you learned too? Great. So that's the end of our first read of sunlight.